Gabo.
And I am Martin Asirudatem. Here are the headlines for the next 1 hour.
News 360 Headlines is brought to you by
Flamingo Paint
and Napa Foods. Heaven Black Insecticide Spray and Coil.
President Akufo-Addo assures of government support for flood victims in parts of the Volta region in spite of the electorate in the area not voting for the New Patriotic Party in general elections.
If it's a question of counting who votes for me and who doesn't vote for me, I shouldn't be here because you don't vote for me. But that is not my concern.
Meanwhile, Ghana Navy rescues over 8,000 flood victims following Akosombo and Thorn Dams village.
Opposition National Democratic Congress demands the immediate resignation of the Attorney General for alleged cover-ups of government officials in Professor Frimpong Boateng's Galamsey report.
Godfrey does not befit the stature of the High Office of Attorney General and Minister of Justice because he simply does not give a hoot about the interest of Ghana.
In business news, government announces end to domestic debt exchange program amid progress with International Monetary Fund and external creditor engagement.
On the foreign front, at least 40 dead, 167 missing in DR Congo's boat accident. We are live around the world on 3news.com. That's our website. We are also on DSTV channel 279. On Facebook, you can watch us there as well and send your comments in. Let's get the details now. We
begin from the Volta region where President Akufo-Addo has expressed government support to flood victims in part of the region in spite of the electorate in the area not voting for the New Patriotic Party in the general elections. He made the comments when he visited Mipe on one of the communities hit hard by the flood waters. Government has been criticized for the slow response of the flooding of the communities in the Volta Basin.
Your elders, I want the people here, you, beginning with you and the elders, to understand that when something like this happens and government acts, government is acting for Ghanaians, all Ghanaians. I came here because Ghanaians are having difficulties and are suffering. And it is my responsibility to try and help. Because if it's a question of counting who votes for me and who doesn't vote for me, I shouldn't be here because you don't vote for me. But that is not my concern. And in any event, one day you will vote for me and my party.
Meanwhile, the Member of Parliament for North Tongue, Samuel Okudzeto-Ablakwa, says he is thinking about saving lives and ensure that the communities are protected in the 19 camps that have been established, adding that this is actually not the time for canvassing for votes.
I do not think that this is a time to be talking about votes. Who votes for who doesn't vote for who. This is a humanitarian crisis. People have been submerged. Entire communities have been submerged underwater. The VRA continues to spill, and all the indications are that many more communities are going to be affected. My concern at this point is not about elections. I'm thinking about saving lives. I'm thinking about making sure that my people are protected, that they can keep body and soul together in the various 19 camps that we have established. That is why today I launched the MP's mobile relief caravan. We have developed a system that will ensure that all relief items will efficiently reach the entire 19 camps that have been established. I do not want us to politicize this.
But how will you describe the president's comments?
I think that those comments are not necessary at this point. Already, my people think that his response was too late. The way he swiftly comments on disasters elsewhere, particularly in other countries, we didn't see that kind of response rate, and it took a lot of public agitation for him to set up the interministerial committee and then to come and visit us today. But they say better late than never. We acknowledge his visit. What is really important is not just mere visit, mere rhetoric. We want to see what plans are being put in place to alleviate the plight of our people. We have a humanitarian crisis. People don't have access to relief items, to blankets, to mosquito nets, to tents. Water has been cut, electricity has been cut in a lot of places. You do know that in times like this, we must also be talking about a compensation plan. What is the plan to compensate? Because this is not a natural disaster.
It says after everything.
This is VRA really not being fair to us. They took us for granted. They have violated our rights, and they have created this humanitarian disaster. All of these losses, which really, if you begin to quantify the losses, will run into millions. Livelihoods have been destroyed.
Meanwhile, the Ghana Navy says it has rescued over 8,000 flood victims as of Sunday, October 15, following the Akosombo and Thorn Dams spillage. Commodore E.A. Kwafo from the Naval Training Command made this known during an update on the disaster at Mepe in the Volta region.
The rescue team in affected district is monitoring critical infrastructure and responding to distress calls to mitigate the damage caused by the spillage. It is the intention of the team to ensure that additional personnel and logistics are deployed if it becomes necessary.
We beefed up boats. We brought more boats here. We were 10 boats downstream. We brought some from the Western Naval Command. And we have brought experienced divers and lifesavers to assist in the rescue effort. Depending on how it goes, we may either bring in more facilities and bring in more personnel, or if the situation improves, then we may calm down. We may be keeping a watch anyway, and we are ready to respond to any distress call and help save life and property.
The Deputy Minister of Energy, Henry Ejapamesa, assured the affected people of continued government support.
This unfortunate turn of events has led His Excellency the President, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, to set up an interministerial committee to manage the effect of the flooding with the aim of ensuring the protection of life and properties of the affected people and ensure the victims have adequately been catered for. I wish to make a passionate appeal to the community leaders to support the efforts of government as we do everything possible to save lives and protect the dam.
The Volta River Authority VRA has projected that the water inflow into the Akosombo Dam is likely to reduce by the end of October.
The maximum operating level of the dam is 277.5. So we are left with 0.21 to achieve that maximum allowable operation level of the dam, which means that beyond this level, if you stay there for a very long time, the integrity of the dam is at risk. And we don't want to do anything that will affect the integrity of the dam. Increasing the spillage is also not going to bring any good news to the people beyond Soga Kope. Increasing the spillage by even 1 foot may end up wiping that bridge away. So we are doing everything in our power to make sure that we save the dam and save the communities downstream, at least not to bring in more hardship to the people.
The spillage has affected almost all the communities along the lower Volta Basin.
This is truly indeed unprecedented. We hope to get some better information on how government intends to assist these affected communities. Children are involved, and talking about children rights, Child's Rights International is advocating for emergency intervention and psychological support for children who have been affected by the spillage of these two dams. The executive director of the Child's Rights Center non-governmental organization Bright Appear emphasized the need for safeguarding the rights of children and women who are dispassionately affected by the crisis.
The flooding has severely disrupted essential services, with children being the most severely affected. According to Child Rights International, over 10,896 children have been affected in 80 communities over 7 districts. They do not have access to proper health care, education, food and water. The damage to educational structures has severely restricted access to quality education and severely limited mobility.
We are looking at a situation where if some of the things you are unable to handle it now, if it escalates, it will be very difficult for the state to handle it because of the impact and all that. So for the basic needs of the children must be provided, and I think that NADMO has gone to the extent of doing that. But we need to also make sure that the environment is safe.
Executive Director of Child Rights International, Bright Appear, is calling for immediate government intervention to safeguard children.
The immediate intervention that we need to provide, first in the area of healthcare, we think that some assessment must be done in terms of the health status, and then also the issue of their education, because the whole area has been taken over by the flood. So it means that children are not going to school. What a kind of emergency system that we need to. And the other aspect of it is that the schools that have been dedicated, for teaching the children have been used for the emergency response programs and all that. So you can imagine what they are going through. So we feel that psychologists must also be part of it to be able to handle some of the trauma issues that the children are going through.
The Volta River Authority has served notice that the spillage will continue over the next few days, and child advocates say the intervention to save the lives of these children should be immediate to stop the scale of destruction. Grace Hamwa Ajiman, TV3 News, Accra.
And away from the dam spillage, the opposition National Democratic Congress (NDC) is demanding the immediate resignation of the Attorney General Godfrey Dame over what they describe as his attempt to cover up government officials mentioned in Professor Frimpong Boateng's Galamsey reports. The latest demand by the NDC follows the Attorney General's advice that former Environment Minister Professor Frimpong Boateng's allegations in his report on illegal mining activities in the country are empty.
The Attorney General, Godfrey Dame, has revealed that former Interministerial Committee Chair, Professor Frimpong Boateng, has not provided sufficient evidence to support his report on illegal mining for prosecution of indicted individuals. The AG's advice, dated 12 September 2023, states that police investigations have not found any evidence supporting Professor Frimpong Boateng's allegation against any of the individuals mentioned in his report, a claim the NDC is strongly rejecting.
The said advice is nothing but a poor attempt to cover up the complicity of officials of the Akufo-Addo Bawumia NPP government in the illicit Galamsey trade. The claims by Mr. Godfrey Dame that there is no evidence to substantiate the damning revelations contained in the 36-page Frimpong Boateng Galamsey reports are simply false.
Director of Communications of the NDC, Sammy Gyamfi, accused the Attorney General of covering government officials' complicity and demands public disclosure of investigation outcomes.
What has the police done about this scandal since the matter was formally reported by Professor Frimpong Boateng in 2019? The Attorney General should tell Ghanaians about the outcome of this investigation, if any, and how, as AG, he worked with the police to thoroughly investigate this matter in the interest of the public. No serious action has been taken by the police on this important matter.
The NDC is demanding the immediate resignation of the Attorney General and Minister of Justice, while also urging the OSP to expedite investigations into Professor Frimpong Boateng's claims.
This man, Godfrey Dame, does not befit the stature of the High Office of Attorney General and Minister of Justice, because he simply does not give a hoot about the interest of Ghana. The NDC therefore demands the immediate resignation of the Attorney General for this dubious legal advice. We wish to call on the Special Prosecutor to expedite his investigations into this matter and to immediately prosecute all those found culpable.
The party also hinted at potential prosecutions in the future government.
Still on politics, the minority in parliament has given a 24-hour ultimatum to the management of the Korle Bu Teaching Hospital to open its renal department for outpatients use. For over 4 months, the department has only attended to inpatients of the hospital, to department denying walk-ins. The minority side of the Health Committee in Parliament, in an unannounced visit to the facility, a second in less than 2 weeks, is demanding the government impresses on the Korle Bu Teaching Hospital management to open the facility up after a recent price increase controversy.
Pressure continues to mount on a public health facility responsible for kidney treatment. A decision to increase fees has drawn sharp criticism from the public, with a U-turn from management. After an unannounced visit a week ago to inspect situations at the renal unit, the minority members of the Health Committee went back to Korle Bu following a 4-month shut of the facility to outpatients.
It is a fact that renal patients get their conditions worsened if they don't get dialysis. And so, whilst government is keeping on people's conditions are being worsened, people are being pushed to their early grave, and we think that it's unthinkable, it is the insensitivity of the highest order, and it must not be tolerated.
A meeting between the MPs and the head of department seeking to have the facility open did not materialize.
We have engaged the head of department. We've had a closed-door meeting with him, and yes, the story is the same, that the renal unit for the past 4 to 5 months has not been opened to the OPD. And we think that the needful must be done with immediate effect.
The MPs have given an ultimatum.
Korle Bu will tell you that if they do their mathematics, they cannot do the dialysis at 380 Ghana cedis. And so that's where government needs to come in. But we have told them, irrespective of the prevailing circumstances, they must go through the right channel. Their fees and charges must be subjected to the Fees and Charges Act. Once they come through the proper channel, it then behoves on us as members of parliament to put the necessary pressure on government to make the money available for them to make sure that the renal unit is opened. But at this stage, what we are calling for is the immediate opening of the renal unit to the OPD. We will agree and will think through with government whatever support that we have to give to the unit for the unit to function well.
Let's now go to the Ashanti region, and chiefs and residents of Ejura have refuted the Ghana Police Service's assertion that 3 individuals arrested in connection with an alleged robbery resulting in a police officer's death are robbers. The Mampon District Court has remanded the 3 persons in police custody.
A statement issued by the police on October 11 indicated the suspects were arrested for planning a robbery attack on a mobile money vendor and opening fire at officers deployed to quell the operations. But opinion leaders and residents of Ejura say the police account of the event is false and full of inconsistencies.
The police came and parked their car, lights off, and parked at some place. And you know this, the way these police are barbers, some had earrings. And this my brother was informed that armed robbers are on the way, and that road is prone to armed robbers. And he has been working hand in hand with the Ejura Police Command. See, we are surprised this case has come. The Ejura Police Command hasn't talking. We know since Accra has spoken, they fail to speak. But that's the truth of the matter. So after informing the police commander about this incident, the police were delaying. So he had to come out. That's why his house is also. His house is just there, about 100 meters. So he came and picked his gun and was going.
According to residents, the non-uniformed officers who were armed and had mounted a barrier on the Idra-Serki-Kura road were rather mistaken for armed robbers and shot at. The stretch where the shooting incident occurred is a robbery-prone route. Residents are usually on high alert when plying the road for fear of being attacked. The labeling of the 3 arrested individuals as armed robbers by the police has caused anger among some of the youth in Idra.
We are not security aspects. If you are coming to quell a robbery attack, that will take place around 2 kilometers. Will you come and stand here? How will you do that? You see that thing. So it was like a crafted story just to cover for their operational inadequacies. So we are urging on the IGP to investigate the activities of these PID guys who dress in dreadlocks. Their operations are giving problems to the police service.
Abdul Rahman is the chairman of Justice and Security Subcommittee at the Idra-Sechedumasi Municipal Assembly. Alhaji Wahab is not a criminal. He has distinguished himself as a community leader for decades and has never been involved in any crime. What happened is just a misunderstanding. The police should do their investigations well. Whilst commiserating with the family of the dead police officer, residents want the Inspector General of Police to review the operations of the Investigations Department of the Police, since it is causing a lot of problems to the service. Ibrahim Abubakar, TV3 News, Idra, Ashanti Region.
Now, the Electoral Commission, led by Chairperson Jean Mensah, will await their fate until the 24th of November after defying an injunction to suspend the limited voter registration. Lord Edwasare was at the Tema High Court and reports.
Precious Aita, a non-registered voter resident in Ochebleku, near Afienya in the Greater Accra region, filed an injunction suit against the voter registration from taking place in the district offices of the Commission on Friday, September 8. She explained in her writ that due to the distance of her place of abode to the closest Electoral Commission office, which is 44.3 kilometers from the EC's district office in Prom Prom using the Accra-Aflao Road, and about 37.3 kilometers using the Akosombo-Accra Road, she could not afford the journey to exercise her civic right. Precious stressed that it would have been closer if the registration had been done in her electoral area. But the Electoral Commission disregarded the injunction and carried out the exercise at its district offices. The exercise began on September 11 and ended on October 2, 2023, having covered all 268 districts across the country. In her contempt suits against the Commission, Precious Aita prayed the courts to commit the Electoral Commission chair and her deputies to prison. Presiding Judge Patricia Kwanzaa set November 24 to determine whether the Electoral Commission chair and her deputies should be sanctioned. Randolph Chumesi Ankra, holding brief for Nick Papo Samuel Ado, spoke to the media.
As you are aware, was fixed for the hearing of the substantive application, which was the determination of the right, whether or not the right of Precious Aita had been violated by the EC's plan to go ahead with the limited registration in the manner it planned to do it. And then there was also a follow-up injunction which was supposed to be taken today. But we all know that despite the filing of the processes, the intended registration went on. So the applicant followed up with a contempt of court, seeking to cite the Electoral Commission and some officers of the Commission for disrespecting the court. That's what contempt essentially is about. And that was also fixed for today for hearing. But as you heard rightfully from the judge, she doesn't want to listen to oral submissions by the lawyers in court. That is part of judicial economy, managing judicial time. So she has ordered that we file whatever we wanted to say in court, we should put it in writing and file it latest by 16th November 2023. And then we'll come back to court for a ruling on the 24th of November 2023.
Lord Idwasare, TV3 News, Tema High Court.
In more news tonight, the African Union and ECOWAS have been tasked with enacting robust legislation to prevent the extension of presidential term limits on the African continent. Addressing the second stakeholder convening on governance, democracy and human rights, Director of Advocacy and Policy Engagement of CDD Ghana, Dr. Kojo Asante, stated that passing such laws could decrease the frequency of coup d'etats on the continent.
West African sub-region has experienced a surge in coups, with Guinea, Mali and Niger being among the affected countries. A military takeover has led to concerns about the extension of presidential term limits. The 9th round of Afrobarometer surveys across the continent indicates that a significant number of Africans are opposed to the extension of term limits.
Citizens want term limits. And you can recall that after the Guinea coup, the heads of states did ask the commission to put proposals together for actually legislating it in a protocol to establish term limits for the region. Since that time, there's been a lot of efforts. Some countries, of course, don't like that because they are trying to change their constitutions. But it's one of the things that I think is frustrating about the regional bodies, because they work with consensus, which has served well in the past. The question also is, given the threats that we are all experiencing, maybe we should be thinking about the coalition of the willing. If others are not ready to change their constitutions or ensure that they set these protections, then those who are willing should go ahead, and if there's a majority, then it should be established.
But which form should these laws take?
It's basically to say, okay, if 2 terms are standard for everybody, so you can't come and say you are doing a 3-term. But you have to also work out. Somebody is wanting to do 7-year terms. So if you do 14, that's almost like somebody extending it for 3. So all of those nuances have to be worked out. And also that if you even attempt to extend a term, that you cannot be a beneficiary. If you change your constitution, you cannot be a beneficiary of it. So there has to be ways in which we address, because not doing that, it's creating and giving people cause to say, oh, well, anything else is fine, because people are misbehaving.
Civil society dons across the continent have gathered here in Accra to brainstorm on the most effective ways to deal with some of the emerging threats to the matter of governance on the continent. Duke Mento Poku, TV3 News, Accra.
Still watching News 360 live from our studio here at Adesawe in Accra, and the big story in Ghana has to do with the spillage of the dam, which has brought quite some severe hardship to residents living in and around a number of affected communities. When we return, we're going live to the ground to speak to our reporter who is gauging what the night will look like for some of the affected residents. Stay with us.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to demonstrate to you the superior properties of Flamingo paint. As compared to other paint brands on the market, we take equal quantities of Flamingo paint and this ordinary paint. We then dilute them with water. And now, let the test begin. The gentleman on the left is going to apply the ordinary paint, and the gentleman on my right will use the Flamingo superior paint. As you can clearly see, Flamingo has the obvious better hiding. Furthermore, Flamingo has painted a much larger area. You know, 1 bucket of Flamingo paint is equal to several buckets of any other paint brand on the market. Flamingo paint is made with superior formulation to give superior durability, superior hiding, superior coverage. Flamingo paint, simply superior.
You dey sleep? That's Madina.
Sentuntum say wunna ma deju me ma wonsa.
Efrema bema gani oba.
Ma wonsa. Sentuntum ma bo sumuda ma wonsa.
That shall not slap. Having black mosquito quail. Common tontom, na empom wisie bebre, na ema wo mowa, na ema wo nhwem, na
Heaven insecticide spray. Sham. Nesansu kumwa wotu any omo now having naphthalene balls, any having perfumed insect repellent, no, a kumwa warrior, nothing just tree.
Having black mosquito que, empong see baby, and say what so. A sham kama, no, emubu, the jumo size no, but juma don't say to me no.
And a heaven spray, heaven naphthalene balls, ni perfumed insect repellent, no, a kumwa mutu, now our num from nothing just shamwechi.
Heaven dear, bakope, heaven dear.
Heaven, yeah!
Bakope! Heaven, dear! Bakope!
FDA, Aji, a dread kratoyatum.
You are your own person, unique, one of a kind, special. That's why you deserve everything tailored to suit your particular taste, your preference, your needs. Just like MTN Just For You. You can get customized offers tailored to who you are. Dial *141# or use the MyMTN app to get to choose from a variety of offers made just for you.
Choose Sukasa for the highest quality, luxurious townhouses in East Lagoon Hills. 2, 3, and 4 bedroom in a gated community starting at $40,000 in Akragana. Sukasa, building on trust.
Mommy.
Michelle say, fe.
Different era, better result. Time has changed and time has brought Kel Charcoal Toothpaste. Healthy gums, anti-cavity, fresher breath, and it whitens teeth. Kel Chocolate Toothpaste. Sankofa.
Yenchi. Kel Chocolate Toothpaste.
Happy smile.
This advert is FDA approved.
And the overall best student goes to Kwame Boateng.
That's my Get son. The TV. Wow. Do all your washing with TCL affordable washing machine. Always buy the best from TCL. TCL. Inspire greatness.
Whenever you fly to space or take your first step as baby, Soft Care always stays with you.
New Soft Care Space Series is rooted from space technology. Keeps you dry and comfortable for 12 hours long. Offers you the most effective protection during your space journey.
Soft Care. Protect your leap.
Hello again. Let's return to the Volta region and bring you a situational report on communities hard hit by the spillage of the Akonsumbo and Thorn dams. Our reporter Godwin Asidiba is at Sogakope. We understand over 20,000 people have been displaced, while the Ghana Navy has rescued about 8,000 people. And NADMO is also giving out relief items to people hard hit by the floods in that community. So Godwin Asidiba is in Sogakope. We'll be finding out how people are going to pass the night and then the relief items. Some people are complaining that they haven't gotten access to it. So Godwin Asidiba.
Live from Gwenuakope and Sogakope in the Volta region, the Akosombo Dam spillage is wreaking havoc on the local tourism sector, particularly impacting hotels like Waterfront Paradise, where I am at the moment, and half of the hotel is submerged, creating fear among residents. In the kitchen where I am heading at the moment, you can clearly see that the flood has affected this particular hotel, and the staff here had to move some of the stuff from the kitchen. And if you come with me to the inside, you see that some of the refrigerators, cooking stuff, the stove and utensils were all submerged. And at the moment, you can see that the staff have aided in raising some of the refrigerators. You could still see some of the stove still submerged in water are being used to serve, and a number of people who are here to Sugakokwe, which happens to be a tourism station in the
We do apologize for that technical hitch over there, but Godwin Asediba reporting from Sugakokwe, giving us a situational report on the impact of the spillage on the tourism sector. Coming up, business news.
The business segment is brought to you by MTN, Pepsodent Charcoal and Pepsodent Herbal.
Hello there and welcome to the business segment here on News 360. My name is Michael Obodu, and straight into our first story, as President Akufo-Addo has urged financial sector leaders to enhance support for farmers, agriculture and the private sector in general to boost the country's gross domestic product. At a presidential breakfast meeting in Accra, he observed that despite Ghana's status as the second largest economy in West Africa, its financial institutions provide minimal support to the agricultural sector.
The meeting, mainly made up of players from the financial sector, was to find ways of improving on the financing of agriculture in the country. Minister for Food and Agriculture Brian Acheampong noted government has changed course by reviewing the Planting for Food and Jobs program and transforming it into an input credit system. On the poultry industry, the minister said government is working assiduously to attain self-sufficiency by 2028.
In our 5-year plan, we will move our self-sufficiency from 5% to 7% by the end of 2023 and to 13% by 2024, and progressively attain full self-sufficiency of 110% by 2028. In the immediate term, which is October to December 2023, we are supplying 4.5 million day-old chicks, vaccines, and starter pack feed to anchor farmers and their outgrowers. This intervention will result in the production of an additional 13,200 metric tons of poultry meat by the end of the year.
President Akufo-Addo noted more must be done, especially by the banking sector, to increase loan support to farmers.
I'm very distressed, concerned about the poor credit culture and the measures that we need to take to improve it. Yes, there are institutional arrangements that can definitely be ameliorated, improved, the way in which the courts deal with loan cases, but nevertheless, the poor credit culture is something that we need to look at very, very seriously in Ghana.
Now to our top story, as government has officially announced an end to its domestic debt exchange program following progress made with the International Monetary Fund and its external creditor. Finance Minister Ken Ofori-Atta made this known during his presentation via webcast to update interested stakeholders on the country's latest macroeconomic development and the upcoming public debt restructuring.
Ken Ofori-Atta revealed that the domestic debt exchange program has yielded desired results and will not be reintroduced. He said government has turned its attention to private creditors and Eurobond holders.
This is but a tremendous success. We are now intensifying our efforts
on negotiations with external bondholders and expect that significant progress will be made in the coming weeks. The system that we all have inherited is that the IMF requires that the official creditors submit positions on financing assurances.
Mr. Ofori-Atta also expressed optimism that engagements with external creditors will be successful before the end of 2023.
The OCC has been responding quite well, and so we are now with the scenarios that we have now received very recently from external bondholder groups. We now are looking forward to truly engaging with you and come to some quick resolutions. We very much would like to make sure that this is concluded before year-end 2023.
Meanwhile, Governor of the Bank of Ghana, Dr. Ernest Addison, said the country has witnessed positive strides in the country's macroeconomic indicators following engagements with the International Monetary Fund.
Now, GB Foods Ghana, producers of Gino and Pomo range of products, has launched another national consumer promotion to reward its loyal customers across the country. The Enije Abefie promotion provides customers with thrilling prizes.
The prizes include TV sets, rice cookers, gas cookers, blenders, irons, and a complete kitchen renovation.
This promo is something we are trying to promote our products and give awards to our loyal customers. We all understand the conditions are tough, and in this tough condition, prices are going up, and in those conditions, our consumers are helping us to sell our products. We want to go back to our consumers and give them the reward for their loyalty. This promo, you have to go and buy our Gino Pomo product.
The marketing director at GB Foods, Samuel Derry, has been explaining how customers can take part in the promotion.
It's very simple. You buy 30 cedis worth of Gino, Pomo, pepper and onion, or curry, or a combination of all. You'll be given a scratch card. You scratch and you dial on your phone *844 *99 and then you follow the codes on your card. Then you get to win an instant prize.
GB Foods Ghana is dedicated to preserving local flavors and delivering high-quality products that enhance culinary experiences and bring joy to numerous Ghanaian households.
Well, that'll be all for the business segment here on News 360. For more business stories, please visit our website, 3news.com. My name is Michael Obodu. Thank you for watching. As always, please stay safe. Up next, the sports.
You are your own person, unique, one of a kind, special. That's why you deserve everything tailored to suit your particular taste, your preference, your needs. Just like MTN Just For You. You can get customized offers tailored to who you are. Dial *141# or use the MyMTN app to get to choose from a variety of offers made just for you.
Pepsodent introduces charcoal and lemon essence. The unique combination of natural essences whitens teeth naturally for you and family because every smile matters.
New Pepsodent Herbal. Introducing a unique combination of herbal extracts in an antibacterial toothpaste for strong teeth and healthy gums that protects your family and you. Every smile matters.
Are you tired of struggling with bad financial situations? At Quick Credit, we understand the difficulties that come with transitioning to a better one. That's why we're here to simplify the process for you. With loan facilities of 1,000 cedis and upwards, all you have to do is call and we will take care of the rest. All you need is your national ID. No savings, no collateral, no susu, no deposits, and no account opening required. Quick Credit has you covered. Whether you're expanding a business, starting a new one, facing an emergency like school fees or funeral expenses, or even just in need of a salary loan. Call Quick Credit today, 0302 200 390 or 059 692 0833. We do not give loans via the internet. Quick Credit is regulated and licensed by the Bank of Ghana. Terms and conditions apply. Quick Credit. Lending made simple.
Hey, gee. My head really aches. Feeling cold and feverish.
Sorry. I know the solution to your problem. It is Procode.
Procode? I bought some 3 days ago, but I'm not seeing any improvement. You can even have a look.
Let me look at it. This is fake. Let's go to the drugstore. Please, we want Procode. No, not this.
Oh, but this does the same work, and it's even far cheaper.
No, we insist you give us Procode from Kojak. I don't understand why people give this fake Procode. And where they don't give the fake one, then they give you a similar one with a different name and tell you it works the same. But it is not so. The only Procode we know is from Kojak. If it's not Procode from Kojak, then we won't accept it.
Wow. So this is the original Procode. It has the logo and Kojak boldly written on it.
Yes, for quick and effective relief from headache, flu, nasal congestion and other feverish conditions, insist on Procode from Kojak.
Procode, K-O-J-A-C-H. Procode.
This advert is FDA approved.
Every solution is the right one. Pick the right solution with Vodafone One Business, your all-in-one solutions package for all your business's communication needs. Call 050-777-9000 or email sme@vodafone.com today.
Life is good today, but tomorrow may be different. You don't have to keep working or depend on your children during old age to live comfortably. When you level up, remember that things can change. You don't have to depend on others if an accident leaves you permanently disabled. You have an expectation of a comfortable life during retirement. We hope it doesn't happen, but a booming business can sometimes decline. You want to be there every moment for your loved ones. But tomorrow is not guaranteed. But with SNIT, you can secure your future no matter the work you do. Register and sign up for SEED from SNIT for old age pension, invalidity pension, and survivor's lump sum benefit for your dependents. Take control of your future. Ayo Dachio, Fano Personal. Contact SNIT for more inquiries. SNIT, we deliver on our promise. T's and C's apply.
Sports segment is brought to you by Bell Pack Tissues.
Welcome back to News 360. Time now for sports. Yao Ofosulabi is with us. Yao. So we know that former Black Stars goalkeeper
has... Speaking about Lawrence Atizigi, his performance in the game against Mexico, you know, a lot of people were not happy about the performance.
Okay.
Let's get into the sports news this evening here on News 360. And to our first story, former Black Stars goalkeeper Richard Kinson has revealed that he was not pleased with the distribution of Lawrence Atizigi in Ghana's 2-0 loss against Mexico during the weekend. Ghana face USA in the next friendly later this week.
Atizigi, again, did he impress?
Yeah, he did very well, especially he got very hard back passes, very difficult ones, but he was able to deal with it. And looking at his concentration and determination was very high. So we are going back to training grounds to correct some of the mistakes, and then in future we improve.
Right, so that was Terry Nyande speaking to Richard Kinson, who is goalkeeper's trainer for the Black Stars. Now, a first half brace by Michael Yeboah led Grid Olympics to a comfortable 3-0 win over Accra Lions in Accra earlier on Monday as they moved to the summit of the Ghana Premier League table. Here are the highlights.
1 for 18, and Afo fails to deal with it first time. Now he makes the mistake, and Michael Yeboah scores. Olympics up by 1. Great play from Enchi. Back to Akese. Good ball to find the goal scorer. Yaboa. Now he finds Osei. Osei shoots from the tight angle against the wall. The rebound is gone in, and Great Olympics have their third goal. Emmanuel Enchi makes it 3 for Olympics.
It looks dreadful for Accra Lions, but then the initial free kick goes or comes against the wall.
So Olidade flying there after that performance against Accra Lions Football Club. Now, after a failed stint at Kumasi Asante Kotoko, Evans Adomako Redu has found a new home in Karela where the goals just keep on coming. My colleague Kelvin Osuansa tells his story.
From Park Academy, trying to weave his way from the right side. Henry Ensu, he's picked into the ball by Adomako. Here is Adomako. What a beautiful goal. Evans Adomako scores against his former side.
One could be forgiven for having doubts that Evans Adomako Redu will be the lead masked man for Karela United at the start of the season. Some players have done well since switching clubs. Abednego Tete and Manaf Umar are probably the best recent examples, but many others have not in disappointing displays. Adomako started slowly at Kotoko in his first season. The only joy he saw was scoring to help the Porcupines defeat Aduana FC for the first time in Doma.
Ball was blocked by Abanga, sends a cross in, and Kotoko are back in the lead. Adomako, this time the scorer and not the provider. Asante Kotoko are back in front.
Since then, he was loaned out for a year and finally purchased by Karela United. Change of city, club and level of league affected Adomako in Kumasi after he made the move from Far Rangers, but above all, the mode of play and role did not fit his profile.
When I went to Kotoko, they bought me as a leading striker, but you know, it's not that I'm putting blame on the coaches and technical, no. But the way they were using me, it's like, it put me in a tight corner so that I wasn't able to exhibit my talent for people to see. But you know, when I came to Karela here, you see they were playing me as my natural position. That's why things were going well for me here.
Well, that's Evans Adomako Redu there, and he says he didn't have a good time at Kotoko, but he's now getting back on his feet at Karela United. My name is Yao Fosulabi. That's all the sports news this evening here on News 360. Sports Station is at 9 p.m. Please stay with us.
It's on my nephew. Wow, this place has changed, yo. Yo, Ajwa, look at you all grown up, yo.
Some things never change, like Gino's quality recipe that gives my food that rich color, unique natural taste every time.
Smells good, yo.
Hey, sister, we did what Ponsano and Casa, just like I remember.
Uncle, hurry up and let's open the suitcase.
Ajua, chai, name shrimp kwampa.
Best jollof I've ever eaten.
Wow, this is real jollof, mommy.
Gino dear, Emma Drania de Ankasa.
Say Gino dear, fie.
It's delicious, yo.
This advert is FDA approved.
Hello, my friends. My name is Calkit Toothpaste.
Wow.
I was made to be gentle on your gum, but protected. I will protect your teeth from cavity, make your teeth whiter, stronger, keep your mouth fresh all day. And best of all, I'm strawberry flavored. So put on a smile and try me.
That's amazing.
Just try me. That's my job.
If you say so, jump on my brush. Makes your teeth stronger, chicky whiter, chicky stronger. Yay! You did it!
I'm glad you like your new toothpaste. Don't forget to brush both day and night.
Calkits. Happy smile.
every solution is the right one. Pick the right solution with Vodafone One Business, your all-in-one solutions package for all your business's communication needs. Call 050-777-9000 or email sme@vodafone.com today.
Entertainment news segment is brought to you by Awake Purified Drinking Water, GTP Lifestyled, Vodafone, Further Together, and powered by 3 Entertainment.
Welcome to the entertainment news segment. My name is Anita Ekia Ekufu, and judges are still screening for the final list of Mentor 12 contestants. Selected participants from Takrady, Kumasi and Tamale joined their colleagues in Accra for the semi-final auditions, and 26 contestants in all made it for the boot camp.
The search for the next global music icon is on for the 12th season of TV3's Mentor. After weeks of nationwide auditions, judges are still screening for the final list of contestants. 26 participants from Tamale, Takrady, Kumasi joined their colleagues in Accra for a boot camp. From the singers to the rappers, the talents left no stone unturned as they proved to the judges one more time why they have to be part of this year's competition.
So they say, dance for me, dance for me, dance for me, oh, oh. I never
Mentor will offer them an opportunity to project their music career.
Taking over, me need you tonight, me lover. Come on, this I make you rock till the lampshade turn over. Rub me chest, rest your head on my shoulder.
In the coming weeks, 16 contestants will be outdoors to officially begin this year's event. It's going to be another 13 weeks of exciting entertainment on Mentor.
Standing on stage right now, you can see our grand finalists, but which 16 of them will make the final cut? Which of these will be our contestants for the season 12 of TV3 Mentor? It indeed is a big deal. Make sure that you let your tweets go through so we see who you think should be in the final cut.
Mentor takes you higher.
And I will worship you forever, love you forever, because
Well, fingers crossed for the grand unveiling this Sunday. But away from that, renowned Ghanaian gospel musician Moses Osei Kwarteng, better known as Moses Oki, says most old musicians could not move their songs to digital music stores early enough, and that got them robbed by not gaining any money off their music through that media. And speaking about this in an interview on Akuma FM, the musician said a few years ago, when distributing music had changed in almost every part of the world, some old musicians, including himself, had no idea how to go about the new phase that music had taken. That's all for entertainment this evening. My name is Anita Ekia Ekufu. Up next is international news. Good evening.
Some of the 189 people rescued after a boat capsized in the Democratic Republic of Congo have told the BBC how they managed to survive. More than 40 bodies have been recovered so far, while rescue workers are searching for 167 people still missing. The boat was reportedly overloaded. There were more than 300 passengers and cargo on board as it traveled along the River Congo, said a civil society group involved in rescue and recovery efforts. Another survivor of Friday's tragedy, Michael Busakasa, told the BBC that shortly after the boat left the port in the city of Mbandanka on Friday evening, the crew noticed that the weight was unevenly distributed. Boats are a common mode of transport in DR Congo because of the lack of roads. However, boat accidents are frequent. due to overloading, a lack of maintenance and traveling at night. Many passengers also do not wear life jackets.
And that's how we bring the bulletin to an end. Thank you very much for spending the last hour with us. My name is Martin Esiedu Date.
I am Portia Gabo. Have a lovely evening.
We're going to cough.